Hey everybody, this is Erman. I've not done this in a long time, but I used to interview creative people like myself, friends, followers, a lot of cool people. And today we have with us Joe Thomas Carter, my buddy, who I've known for quite a
Hello.
few years now. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, something simple. Like I said, I haven't done this in a while, but I want to do something where I get to interview creative minds. Nothing fancy, no creative backgrounds, no creative sets. Probably the audio and visual ain't that great, but hey, it's just about simple conversation with two people,
Right. Just having a talk.
having a talk, my man. So the reason I chose you is because, like I said, I've known you for a while. I've seen your content. Oh, I just noticed my hair. I've seen your content, man, and it's amazing content. It's
Thank
very
you.
unique. I've seen no one else done this before. Specifically, what I'm talking about, if you guys don't know who Joe Thomas Carter is, he has a series of Instagram shorts, or I would say like 60
TikTok.
seconds. TikTok, a series of
Yeah.
videos where he, I guess you could say, makes fun of or kind of gives throwback to
To the
90s
90s. Yeah.
90s culture, be it music videos and especially sitcoms.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's that part is my favorite part of your series. So let's talk about your creative background, why you got into acting. Of course, you write your
Yeah.
stuff too. Do you
Yeah.
edit yourself?
Yes. You saw what?
You edit as well? Do you edit your material?
Yes, I do. I'm like a one-man show. Like
Yeah.
I will literally think of a concept on the spot and then I'm like, you know what, that's funny. And then I'll literally grab my tripod, put my phone up on the tripod, and I will film myself, edit myself, and that's pretty much it. So I'm literally like a whole one-man show. And I'm actually very proud of my little editing skills, because I used to
Yeah.
not like to touch editing because
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
used to be so crappy back in the day. But I'm just like, wow, the fact that I can do this and it looks pretty good and presentable on the TikTok
Yeah.
platforms. Like, I'm very, very proud of myself and how far I've come and like just putting things together. So
I'm
yeah.
proud of it too because editing can save or can make or break, as you say, it can make or break
Right.
a
Hmm.
a video. And like the way you edit, it's the timing is perfect, the pacing is perfect.
Yeah. The
For
laugh
comedy,
tracks.
the laugh track is perfect. The angles you use, man, it's good. It's like
Thank
filmmaking.
you.
It's like what filmmakers would do, right?
Right, right,
But you do it in a
exactly.
way that's it's I guess you say digestible to the modern audience, the Gen Z, right? They understand, like the way you edit is like
Yeah.
very, I guess you say, relevant. Um, so yeah, dude, I want to know how you came up with the whole '90s thing. Like, what was it about the '90s that made you go, you know what, I want to tackle this
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
this
I
niche?
know it started off as like a trend. It was a very popular trend because of that little sound bite, the little dun
Yeah,
dun 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 dun, dun, the little situational situation.
yeah,
But yeah, I started doing it and I had so much fun with it. And then I saw that I was getting like views and stuff. And I was just like, oh, you know what? Let me keep this going because people are liking this and my version is doing pretty well. And so just from there, it just really took off, and I ended up building a following off of it. I guess I finally found my niche because I know
yeah,
at first I was just doing a bunch of random videos, which I actually still would like to do,
yeah,
but it just seems like the 90s sitcom stuff does better than just
yeah.
like the things that I just used to do when I first made a TikTok. So yeah, that's how I got into it, literally because of the trend,
Yeah.
that dun 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 dun, 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 and just doing my own little versions of it.
And good for you because you found something that worked for you instead of
Mhm.
jumping around to like this topic or that topic, or this era, that era. You stick to the
Yeah,
'90s.
yeah, and I mean,
I
I love the 90s, and I think the
Yeah.
reason why my content has done so well is because I literally remember. So I was born in 1994. I'm a 90s
Okay,
baby, a
you are a
2000
'90s baby.
kid, and so I just remember I was watching so many reruns of classic shows like the Cosby Show. So my first big like sitcom I was obsessed with as a kid was the Cosby Show. I
Okay.
loved the Cosby Show. Watching Nick at Night. There was also Cheers. No shade to Cheers, but Cheers was kind of boring. But like I still watched it because that's what was on TV at
Yeah.
nighttime when I'm trying to sleep. And I then, there was ABC Family. So there was, Family Matters, Full House, Step by Step.
Oh my gosh, Step by Step, dude.
Yeah.
My family, my siblings recently revisited that show a few months ago.
Oh, really?
And
Okay.
it brought back memories. Like, oh my gosh. But it's funny when you watch these things over, it's like, wasn't
So
like
cheesy.
so, dude. There's a guy on Instagram who tackles Seventh Heaven, and he breaks it down, and I forgot his name, but it's like it's so good. The content is so good to kind of I don't even want to say make fun of, because it was a different era. The things that worked then it doesn't necessarily translate to today.
Exactly.
But to kind of revisit it and say, oh, like it doesn't really hold up today. It's funny. It's good content. But for you, what I like about yours, it doesn't necessarily make fun of Family Matters. It just it kind of how do you say this? It kind of puts a spotlight on the way they wrote shows.
The way they wrote shows back in the day. Yeah, the way they wrote shows, the way the characters, the actors acted, and
formula. There's a formula too.
There's a formula, like the comedic timing and stuff, and I guess like the beats and things like that. Like I humbly will say I'm just a natural at this, because I know this isn't a 90s show, but one of my all-time favorite sitcoms is That's So Raven.
Okay, yeah.
I love That's So Raven. I love Raven Simone. So I watched also a lot of That's So Raven growing up. So it's like I naturally started to understand like the reversals and stuff. How quick they would say something and like landing the joke and all of that stuff. So I think that's also why like my content just hits home for comedy TV people, because I just naturally know how to like land the jokes and all of that stuff. So
and in addition to acting and comedy acting specifically, I found out about this recently. You also sing. I knew you sang.
Yeah,
but I didn't know you sang, bro.
Yes,
like, I seen you sing. I've heard you sing. I've seen you perform. For Tobias.
Yeah. Shout out to Tobias.
Shout out to Tobias. But dude, you put out a song on Instagram, like a throwback song. It's like something you did like a few years ago.
Oh yeah, I wish I met you in the summer. Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, hold on. Joe sings. I had no idea.
Yeah.
So talk about your. I guess, are you trying to kind of pull that back in, the whole music stuff? Are you trying to pursue that as well?
Yeah. So music was actually my first love, like live performing, because I grew up, I'm from the South, so I was in church almost every Sunday.
Yeah.
And I grew up singing in the choir, and then in preschool and elementary, middle school, I was in choir classes, so I would I had vocal training and stuff throughout those years. And then I eventually started to do a lot of musical theater. So musical theater is also my first love, before I discovered that I liked acting for film and TV. I still have a dream of like Broadway one day and things like that. But yeah, I want to get back into music. I started, recording music once I moved to LA, because obviously, there's as much as there's many actors and stuff, there's a lot of musicians, producers. And so I actually had a EP out. It's no longer on Apple Music because I didn't renew the thing. But yeah, I want to come back and show my musical talents. I want to be a little pop star situation. So I do plan on releasing some music. I'm hoping to release something this fall. Maybe it might be early next year, but it's a whole process to everything. I want to shoot a music video to it, so I'm trying to do that. So I'm taking my time, but yes, I do want to get back into music, because I love being in the studio making music and stuff, and just sitting with producers and collaborating. So yes, Joe Thomas Carter music will be coming. So,
I love that.
Yes, sir.
Actor, musician, writer.
I guess people they were like, Joe, like, are you a writer? I don't really call myself a writer, because it's not something that I do all the time. Like, like with the TikTok stuff, like it's just on the spot things. Like, there may be there may have been times where I sat down and really thought stuff out, but honestly, I wouldn't really call myself a writer.
Gotcha.
I
Yeah, well,
just
you can still joke, right, man? You're still good at
joke
that.
right.
Yeah. No,
So,
we've been talking about your music. We talk about your content. If you don't mind getting the nitty gritty, you know, if you don't mind going deeper.
okay, let's go deep.
We live in LA. We're both
Mhm.
pursuing entertainment careers. You
Mhm.
specifically music and film.
Mhm.
I want to know, like, the hardship. What has been the challenges so far? You know, for you pursuing this dream, living in LA. You know, it's a double whammy, right? Not only just
Right.
pursuing the dream, but living in LA, which is like one of the hardest things you can do. You know,
Right.
so
Yeah, I think for me in this season of my life right now, I know I've been working a lot at my day job and then, coming home in the evenings. It's for me, it's trying to stay motivated,
yeah,
trying to really stay motivated and just, I'm trying to take care of my mental health, to be
yeah,
honest, because like, I have mental health battles. Like there's just been a lot of stuff going on in that department.
I get it.
So yeah, I'm just trying to stay motivated and just keep pushing. That's really all I can say is just keep pushing. Because when you work during the day, you're so tired. And then of course, there's stuff that you need to do with,
Yeah,
okay, what am I doing with, staying creative and still working towards goals with my creative, career and stuff. So yeah, I'm just trying to keep pushing right now. I've taken a break from like really pursuing acting and ever since the stuff on TikTok has been happening, I've just kind of been riding that wave. But I eventually want to get back into like legit like acting.
yeah.
So yeah, I've just been really, paying attention to the TikTok stuff and just trying to, entertain that audience. But I eventually, want to get back into like regular acting.
Okay.
When it's really the right time. Like I don't
Yeah,
want to just act to act, but it's like I know what I'm strong at, and I just want to really do the things that I want to do. I just don't want to audition for stuff just to
I
audition for
get
stuff.
it.
That's what my last agent did. He would just send me stuff and expect me to just audition for it. And it's like, well, I want to do more like comedic and Disney, and I want to do voiceover stuff. It's a
Yeah.
lot of stuff that I want to do, but yeah, I just waiting for the right time
If you
along
don't
with
mind me asking, what do you do? What do you do during the day? What's your gig?
yeah, so I work with children. I work at a
Okay.
children's museum in
Oh,
Pasadena.
okay.
So I do programs and stuff with kids. Today they kicked my butt because I was working with like 600 kids today.
Mhm.
But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of, personal development and growth. I like kids. I told myself, I was like, okay, if I'm gonna have a day job, I at least need it to be fun and entertaining and educational. And that's literally what I got. So I'm doing a lot with kids. And today was a shorter day. I'm usually working until like 5:30. But yeah, I'm doing a lot of work with children, and
Yeah,
children will wear you out. So we're educating them and just developing, skills and stuff for them. So it's really, really cute. It's real cute.
I love that so much, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
you love
So
it. You love what you do, but of course, it's like a day thing. So you
yeah,
wanna
yeah,
pursue
yeah.
the dream while doing that.
I like it. I like
Mhm.
what I'm doing. I know that it's not the destiny, of course, but
Yeah,
it's helping getting the bills paid.
absolutely,
It's
absolutely,
helping get food on the table and bills get paid. So
absolutely, man.
yeah.
Actually, it's funny you mention that because I have a surprise for you, Joe. So
What?
the real reason why I want to interview you.
Okay.
I started doing this a few years ago, and
Uh-huh.
in the middle of pandemic, and I was able to do a few things here and there for people. Um, I've been on this mission to just give back, and
Hmm.
especially leading towards my 34th birthday, which is crazy to say 34, but this fall I'm 34, and
Yeah.
along the way I want to help 34 people in any way
Ooh.
possible. Yeah, that's
Okay.
my mission this year.
Uh-huh.
And I've known you for years, like I said, a few years, 2 years, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've been very help you've helped me a lot. And I've
Aw.
seen the hustle in you. I've seen you do a lot of things that you've gone beyond your, I guess your I don't say capabilities, but you've done a lot for other people, and you help
Thank
me a
you.
lot whenever possible, dude. Even
Aw,
for my events, and
yeah,
sometimes you couldn't even, like, it would be hard for you to get to my event, but you still did it because
yeah,
you promised you would. You said you would help me,
right,
Um,
yeah.
and I appreciate that so much because we're on the same boat. We're just creative people trying to make it,
Trying to make it,
Um,
Lord.
and I have a monthly membership for my events, my
Okay.
industry events, and with that, with the monthly memberships, there's a little bit I can play around with to give back to people.
Hmm.
It's not much, but for the next 3 months, June, July, August, my brand or Montage would love to offer you $100 to go towards your groceries.
Oh my goodness. Yes, I thank you. I can always use some extra money to help me with something.
Yeah. So, like, 300 altogether is not a lot, but something, right?
But
We
it's
have a
something,
little,
it's still a
yeah,
blessing, and I really appreciate
yeah,
it.
yeah. So
Yeah,
any burden that we can take off, then we can. It's not every burden, but
yeah.
it's something.
But it's something, and
Yeah,
I really appreciate that. And I just want to thank you for being the person that you are, because you help so many people. Honestly, through you, I remember, I think it was 2021. I went to your birthday party that was
yeah.
at
State social house.
Sunset at the
Yeah,
what?
state social house.
Yeah, State Social
Yeah,
House. And honestly, that night was the night that I met Tobias and Nick and all, like that night actually changed my life. I finally really found a group of friends to really do this thing called life with out here. So you have been a huge blessing to me over the past like 2.5 years. Like
oh,
if it wasn't for me attending that event, I wouldn't have the friends that I have now, Jen Lee and all of them. Like it was that event that changed my life, with actually having a group of people to do life with, especially, other, a church community, like
yeah,
literally all of my church friends, like I met them that night,
yeah.
literally.
That's
So
wild, right?
it was wild. It was so much
Yeah,
fun. So
absolutely, man. Yeah, and it's the least I can do. A second
yeah.
surprise. I wouldn't even call it surprise, a gift or whatever you want to call it. Whenever you're ready. Obviously not now. You mentioned having new music in the fall, so whenever you're ready.
Hmm.
Um, as you know, I do have some music connections in the
Okay.
industry. So,
Yeah.
coffee meeting with an A&R or somebody
Okay.
in the music field,
Yeah. Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
coffee, lunch, whatever it may be. But, just a general meeting, just for you to know somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it so much, man. Like I'm really trying to get myself together.
Yeah.
So to go even in deeper, um, I've been in LA since 2014 because I came to college out here. I went
Yeah.
to like an industry-based school. And those 4 years, it was like go, 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 go. And I was doing a lot of music at the same time and musical theater through that time. And I graduated in 2018. I feel like 2019, 2020 were the years that I just got completely burnt out. And then of course 2020, we were dealing with a pandemic. But I just another thing about LA is, like, everyone has this mentality of like, I gotta hustle, I gotta hustle, I gotta hustle, I can't stop, I won't stop, I gotta keep
Yeah.
going. But you will burn yourself out. And that is what honestly happened to me. Like I burned myself out. And I think burning myself out, I got also very depressed.
Okay.
Because it got to a point where it's like, well, what is my purpose now? Like, what am I doing now? Because now I don't have the motivation to do anything because I burned myself out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's why I'm like, I'm slowly just trying to come back to my senses. I'm even going back home for 2 months this summer. I'm going back to Memphis because I'm from Memphis,
Okay.
Tennessee.
Okay.
I'm going back home July and August because I need a little break
Oh,
from
dude,
LA.
me too.
Okay.
Me too.
So
July and August.
July and August. So I
Yeah.
want to go home. I need to be back into some southern air.
I get it.
So I can come. I'm gonna come back to LA in September. So it's like once I get back out here, I'm rolling. I got new headshots.
There you
I'm
go.
doing what it do,
Yeah.
and just trying to get my happiness back because it's been tough.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Love it. Joe, before we go, where can folks keep in touch with you? Where can they check out your videos,
Yeah.
TikTok, Instagram?
Yeah, so my Instagram is Joe Thomas Carter. My TikTok is Joe Thomas Carter. So give me a follow, DM me, let me know that you watch this, and I'll follow you back. So yeah.
My man, thank you so much, Joe. Appreciate
Yeah,
you.
thank you,
This is our first edition of the newly minted unedited with Erman. Basically it's an interview show where I don't edit anything. It's just as is. Two people
Okay, keep
talking
it
as
real.
is. Yeah, keep it
Yeah,
real,
we
man.
just
Keep it
keeping it
raw and
real.
unfiltered, you know?
Yes,
Yes,
period.
sir. Thank you so much, Joe. We'll see you again. Take care,
Yeah, see
man.
you again soon. All right, bye.